Well, it's great to be in a room full of friendly faces, and when you're among geoscientists, we're in good company. And one person I want to talk about filling some shoes. This event, I want to recognize John Tubb. John, would you please stand up? Because for many years, John really got this thing going. And John, you made this thing go to heights that nobody thought it would get to. So we thank you. Really appreciate that. Also want to thank Andy and Jackie in the back. Thank you, ladies, for office staff for making things happen. And I want to recognize, we're very fortunate tonight, David Curtis. Would you please stand? David Curtis is here from APG headquarters, Executive Director. So I want to just say very few things. In the year that just passed, I was very privileged to be the APG president, and I got to travel to about 30 plus universities and interact with about 1,000 students. And the thing that I always say, and that I'd like to say to the students tonight, are three things. Be a part of the energy solution. Energy makes the world a better place. It's key to prosperity. It's a noble thing to do. So be a part of the solution. If you're inclined to get into the energy profession, I encourage you to consider it. I encourage you to be a lifelong learner. Like many people in this room, we've had to continue to learn. We had to learn how to use computers. We had to, remember that? We had to learn about unconventional resources. I mean, you never stop learning. And that's something that I think you really need to remember. And guess what? Your professional societies can help you with that education, that continuing education. So my third thing is be a part of your societies. Be active in your professional societies. When someone asks you to be involved, like the candidates tonight, say yes. You can, it will be the greatest thing you can do for your career. So we're going to recognize the students. Tonight is one of the most wonderful nights HGS has. And we have a lot of good ones, but we're going to recognize the students. And I want to say that we have some books up here that I would like to share with the students. So I'm going to call up Evelyn Medvin to introduce her students. And if you're one of the students, don't leave, because I want to hand you a book. So Evelyn, come on up. Evelyn is chair of the HGS Foundation, a vice president at Core Lab, and a long-term supporter of these scholarship programs.
Thanks, Charles. And once again, I want to thank our sponsors, because without you, your companies, and your participation, we could not continue doing this for our undergrad and our graduate scholarships. So since 1984, the Undergraduate Scholarship Foundation has given well over $300,000 in scholarships to students from universities in Texas. The amount of the scholarships have gone up in recent years because of your generosity. This evening we are awarding scholarships to students from 6 of the universities that participate in our program. The first scholarship that we are awarding is what's known as the Maybe Scholarship, which is presented each year to the top overall candidate in the Undergraduate Foundation group of students. It's in the amount this year of $4,000, and we are happy to present it to Matthew next, from the University of Texas at Austin. Matthew, please come forward. And he's attending tonight with his faculty advisor, Dr. David Mooring. Okay, here's the most important one. Wait, and don't forget your book. Okay, thank you. In addition to the Maybe Scholarship, Foundation is presenting 5 scholarships in the amount of $3,000 each. Tyler West from Stephen F. Austin, attending with Assistant Professor Julie Bloxam. Get your book. Thank you, Angela, for being my assistant tonight. Tran Pham from Lamar University, unfortunately, is unable to attend. Apparently, there was a major incident on I-10 and they shut the freeway down. So, to keep her safe, we suggested that she not look for an alternative route, but we want to welcome Dr. Joseph Kruger for joining us tonight. Camille Van Egmond from Texas A&M, joined by Dr. Franco Marcantoni. Hope I got that. Next, Daniel Schmidt from Sam Houston State University, and he's joined tonight by Dr. Brian Cooper. And last but not least, Alvaro Iglesias from University of Houston. Joined by a bunch of people on the back. I think they're family members.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. And I want to thank my assistant Angela, but also all the folks on my committee who are listed in your program. Thank you very much for your help in selecting these amazing scholars.
My lovely assistant is Nicole Villarreal, who serves on the Calvert Foundation board with us as vice chairman. The Calvert Foundation was set up to award scholarships to graduate students who intend to come into the petroleum industry. We have a large number of very qualified. Actually, to be honest, it boggles my mind every time we look through the applications to see what high-quality students are being turned out. So I'd like to have the recipients come up and stand here, and we'll kind of cut this down and get it through a little bit. Matthew Sexton, University of Houston. Go ahead and check. I might add that the checks have already been put into the mail. Melanie Adelman, University of Houston. Heather Daly, Stephen F. Austin University. I told Heather that both my dad and my grandfather graduated from Stephen F. Austin, so it's in the blood. Mary Kay Fern, also known as Katie, University of Louisiana at Lafayette. And you should congratulate her. She turned in the first draft of her thesis today. John Teskey, University of Houston. Jonathan Torres, Rice University.